Alright, my name is Jacob Larson, and my project, this is a video of my project and the problem we came up with and the solution we came with. So, basically, so now you're working on a car, right? I'm going to show it on this bolt just because, why not? It's right here, and here, I'll explain in a sec. So, basically, whenever you're working on a car, there's like this problem that you come across a lot where you can get one of these, you're trying to get off a bolt, and it's in a weird spot, and you can get one of these over it, but you can't turn very much. So like, let's say you get it in there, right? And usually obviously I'm just showing this for purposes of being able to film it easier, because it would be a hard, tight space to film. But what the problem was you can get one of these over it, but there's a wall right here and there's a wall right here, so you can only turn it like one click like this, just like a ton of times, and you're just turning it like this for like 10 minutes, and you finally get the bolt off, right? So that was our problem. And then the solution we came up with, well, we came up with a couple solutions, right? So we came up with a lot of ideas, solutions. One of them was a heated socket that would go over a soldering iron, and then it would heat up the bolt and cause it to break free easier. Another one was kind of like a gear system. The early ideas we had was to have like a bunch of these gears that connect to each other, and they would be going down the inside of like a handle, and then it would go to the end, and then this gear would be powered by some kind of motor, and it would turn them all, and then this would just turn on its own. But we figured that would probably be a little too hard and also too wide. We wanted to keep it narrow, so we didn't do that idea. This was our first prototype. It was the idea was this thing goes inside of a soldering iron, and then it would heat up this outer part, and then you'd put it over the bolt, and it would heat up the bolt, and then you'd be able to break it free just with a normal wrench. But this didn't really fulfill the requirements or the problem, because the problem was turning it a million times and not breaking the bolt free, and also it didn't really work out too good. It didn't fit very well. So we scrapped this idea and we went back to the original idea. This was the first prototype we made. So basically it's just a socket with a gear around it, and then the idea was that a bike chain comes around this, and you would put it on a socket wrench, and then the bike chain would be connected to something and it would turn it, right? Like a motor would turn this. And so this was the first prototype, but obviously the gear wasn't all the way complete. I couldn't figure that out in CAD in the beginning at least, and there's no hole cut out of it, so that didn't work. This was the second prototype. It did fit. You can see the square was really off, so I didn't like it. Didn't work out very well. Also, the gear was like really thin. See how it's like super flimsy? And also, I still couldn't figure out how to get the gear to go all the way around. But it did fit over the thing. The other thing was the gear was way too small for a bike chain. So this was the final prototype. I measured the gears on a bike and figured out all the math or whatever for that, and so it's the right size. This is completely centered, as well as this, and it fits on the thing, and then it also fits over that perfectly. So yeah, I took the chain off a bike and put it around the gear, and it literally is perfect. If you can hear. Okay, so this is the chain that I put on from the bike, and if you see, you pull it, and that fits perfect on that gear. Let's pull it this way. Sweet. Works like freaking glove, dude. All right, cool. So this is the final project. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put this on there, and in the set that you'd buy at the store, they'd have a a size for each one, right? And then there would be some kind of here, a little motor to power the chain, but I don't know how to design that. So I just did the product, right? So you're gonna put this on here, and then the way it would work is it would go on the bolt, and then you would put it in the lefty loosey mode, break the bolt, then you flip it to the other side, righty tighty, of course, because it's gonna be turning backwards. And so you're gonna put this on here. I did break that because I was testing to failure, but essentially, I'm just gonna take that off. Essentially, this turns that. Sorry. This turns that. And then the bolt's off. You can stop filming. Obviously, there's like an invention close to this. It's like that Milwaukee has one. It's like a socket wrench that turns itself. But that one's really thick, the handle, and so you wouldn't be able to jam it in a tight place like that. And so the whole point of this invention was to be able to fit in a place like that and be able to turn itself. And so we came up with the chain idea, and yeah, that's the prototype. I tested it to failure. It kind of broke a little bit. But if it was made out of metal, I think it would work perfect. And then if it had a little motor to turn it, but would need more time and money for that. So yeah, thanks for watching.